All right. So let's try to wrap this all up here. We're talking about solving our problems, proving our problems wrong. We're talking about reaching for our potential. We're talking about incrementally moving towards the solutions, incrementally becoming the person that is able to solve those problems, right? So there's a lot going on here. There's, proving your problems wrong. There's, becoming the person that's able to solve those problems, and then incremental progress towards becoming that person. And to me, one of the best ways to do all of that, which is reaching for your potential, one of the best ways to do that is to say, okay, you know what? I need to figure out what I'm good at, and I need to maximize that. And I need to figure out what I'm not good at, and I need to minimize that. So we're not neglecting either side of the equation. I'm figuring out what I'm good at. If I'm really good at chopping, let me get even better at chopping. Let me figure out how to be faster at chopping. And if you're saying, I'm actually not that good at seasoning, okay, let me figure out how to get good at seasoning. Or let me figure out how to make it not so long. But you got to maximize your strengths and minimize your weaknesses. You've got to. Because if you're trying to prove your problems wrong, if you're trying to become the person that's able to do that, if you're trying to incrementally move towards doing that, the way you do that is by saying, how do I maximize what I'm already good at, and how do I minimize what I'm not good at? If you're saying I'm already good at shooting threes, how do I get better? If you're saying, hey, I'm really good at transmissions, let me get better. Let me get faster. Let me get it more efficient. Let me find a better way to do this. Let me find a better supplier, whatever the case may be. How do I get better at what I'm already good at? And then at the same time, how do I minimize what I'm bad at? Saying, I'm already good at threes, but I don't know, my rebounding ain't that good. Hey, guess what? There's actually a rebounding camp starting next week. Or you say, well, I'm not that good at. I'm actually not that good at radiators. Hey, there's actually a YouTube video that can teach you that. Or if you say, I'm actually not that good at. I'm not that good at sautéing vegetables. It turns out there's actually a Sauté Vegetable Society that's got some published material. What I'm getting out of this, guys, is that you're not getting out of it one way or the other. The good sides of you and the bad sides of you, they're not getting out of this. Ain't no get out of jail free card. What you're already good at, you need to become better at. You need to become more efficient at. What you're bad at, you need to become less bad. You need to become less inefficient. We're not looking for perfection. We're not looking for perfection. If you suck at rebounding, you suck at rebounding. I get it. But you still need to work on it. You still need to get as good as you can. Because guess what? You might lose the game because you couldn't rebound. Or you couldn't rebound good enough to not lose the game. Likewise, if you say I'm already good at transmissions, but dang, the coolant system, it throws me. Customer's going to drive the car in, and guess what? They're going to need a coolant system done. And if you screw it up, you just lost a customer. And you might have lost a couple of potential customers because word's going to get around that you suck at cooling. So you got to minimize what you're bad at. That means getting as good as you can get at it, or having a backup plan to say, hey, you know what? I've actually done what I can. I still can't figure it out. I got a guy that he knows how to handle it. I'll cut him in. I'll make sure he's compensated. The price is still going to be the price for the end user, but I'm going to make sure that this car is taken care of. That could be part of that solution as well. Not every man has to be able to do every goddamn thing. That's not the case. It's not reasonable. But you gotta do as much as you can within a given situation, and you gotta understand when it's time to get someone else involved if the situation calls for it. You say, well, I still suck at cooling, but I'm able to do some basic, I'm able to do some radiator pipes. I'm able to do some coolant hoses. I'm able to kind of look at the fluid. I'm better at it, right? So you'll say if you get 100 cooling system issues that come in the door, I can probably handle about 75 of them. I was handling about 50 before, but now I'm 75, so now I'm okay. Now the other 25, well, I got a guy, and I can get him over here, and we'll have him look at it, and we'll make sure that it's taken care of. And that'll be coming out of my pocket, because guess what? I quoted the customer a price. I got to honor that. I got to stand behind that. But the point is that you got better to the best of your abilities. You got as far as you could in the given situation. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. I'm not saying you got to be every goddamn thing to every man, but you got to get as good as you can with the shit you suck at. And then it's time to come up with another plan to say, okay, I need to get another person involved that actually does know how to handle it. Perfect example is you could say medicine. Technically, they're all doctors. They're all medical doctors. Whether it's a heart surgeon or a knee surgeon or a brain surgeon or a psychiatrist, they're all doctors. They've all gone through medical school. It's just some of them have specialized in other fields, right? So technically, they're all doctors. They could probably deal with a simple sprain or like a simple, infection. They could probably handle that. But something more complex, they're going to say, this is outside my skill set. You need to see a specialist, right? You probably got your general practitioner or your primary care doctor. Like I said, I mean, they can just do the simple stuff, like, oh, my back hurt. Okay, here. Okay, come back a week later. Yeah, it's better. Okay, thanks. Bye. Come back a week later. Your back still ain't better. Okay, now we need to send you to a different doctor. Or he orders the blood work. Hey, your blood's fine. Okay, cool. Thanks. Bye, doc. Or your blood work does not come back, and it turns out your liver's about to shit out on you. You need to go see a liver doctor right now. He recognized his limitations in that situation, and he told you what the next steps are going to be. It's the same thing in his situation. He still understands what's going on with your liver. He can handle simple things about your liver. But if it's a complex situation, you need to go see the liver doctor. Likewise for the cardiologist. If your heart's got a normal problem, I don't think there's such a thing as a normal heart problem, but like I said, maybe got a simple ankle sprain. Yeah, your doctor can probably pop it in, and yeah, there you go. It'll give you a brace and keep it moving, right? But if it's like a grade 4 tear, or like the bone is shattered, well, yeah, your primary is probably not going to handle that, and he's going to recognize he can't handle that. He's going to say, you need to go see this ankle doctor, because that bone is, your ankle is not connected to your body right now. It's connected by the skin and the blood vessels. The bones and cartilage are shattered. All right, so that's what I'm getting at by minimizing. You need to learn as much as you can. You need to get as good as you can, but then you involve someone else when necessary. So just to kind of wrap it up here, is you want to maximize what you're good at. So like if you are a 3-point shooter, you're going to get as good as you can within the realm of 3 points. Likewise with your shortcomings. Okay, with your shortcomings, you're going to get as good as you can within your shortcomings. And you're going to come up with a plan for when your shortcomings are unconquerable, as it were. So that's what we're looking at, guys, is we're going to be pushing as far and as hard as we can with the things we're good at and with the things we're bad at. Hopefully, you're going to be as complete and individuated as possible. And hopefully what you're good at will be able to carry you, and that'll become your specialty. Hopefully. And then by you being proficient in your specialty, which will then open doors for mutually beneficial relationships, to say, yeah, I can knock out transmissions all day, every day, but I'm not that slick when it comes to cooling systems. I got a buddy that does cooling systems. And it turns out he sucks at transmissions. So we kind of balance each other out. It sounds okay to me. As long as the job's getting done and the customer's getting taken care of, I mean, that's really all that kind of matters. But outside the realm of an economic situation, within the realm of yourself, if you as a human being recognize maybe I'm really good at writing, I can write Shakespeare, but I'm not the best at verbally articulating it. That's fine. You can understand as much as you can about the verbal side of the situation. You can enhance that to the best of your abilities. But if you're looking for some narration, maybe you can go on Fiverr or whatever the case may be. You can find a narrator, and then he can fill in that gap. And you know what's going on. You're making his job easier. You're giving him good scripts. A script as in like a script for like a film. You're giving him good scripts. You're giving him good narration topics. You're writing it in a way that it's going to be easy for him to see and work with. So, you're not just shutting yourself down saying, well, all I do is write the script and I don't care about the guy that reads it off aloud. He needs to figure that out. No, you do what you can to make his job a little bit easier. Maybe he'll do the same. Maybe he's doing the narration because he can't come up with the material. So he needs you as much as you need him. You need your good side as much as you need your bad side. You need your visible side as much as you need your invisible side. We need the whole situation here. We need the whole picture. We need all sides of the equation. We don't just need one or the other. Okay? We don't just need one or the other. We need everything. We need everyone. We need every piece of the pie possible. So then hopefully you can put the puzzle together as completely and accurately and comprehensively as possible within your own heart and your own head. And then you realize, okay, look, I don't got those extra pieces over there. I need someone else to lend me a couple of their pieces. Or I need their pieces to sit on top of my pieces for a couple of seconds to get the job done. We need the whole 9 yards. We need the whole picture. And like I said, it's about maximizing your strengths and minimizing your weaknesses. Pushing as far as you can in both categories. Becoming as conscious in both categories. So you can start reaching your potential. You can prove your problems wrong. You can become the person that solves your problems, and you can incrementally move towards becoming the person that solves your problems. So reach for your potential, guys. It's going to be worth it, I promise. Peace.